This is Lorna Takehara Strand, Chair of Oahu County Democrats, and I'm with Cross Makani Crabbe, who is running for the House of Representatives in Hawaii from District 46. Aloha, Cross.
Aloha, Lorna. Thank you so much for having me today.
Tell us about where you were born and your childhood ohana.
Yes. So I was born and raised on the island of Oahu. I grew up on the west side at the end of Wai'anae in Makaha. I have two older sisters and a younger brother. Both parents helped to support us as much as possible. And actually, on both sides of my family, both sides are large. My mother is a grandchild or one of 20 plus grandchildren, and my father is also one of 20 plus grandchildren. So I grew up with a lot of cousins, a lot of family luau's, going to the beach and camping, riding up and down the road, and playing Chase Master. So I was never lonely growing up.
And where do you call home now? And what's your adult life ohana?
Yes. So now my immediate family moved to Wahiawa, and my adult ohana, I would say, would still be my my siblings and my cousins. But also, I attended Kamehameha schools, Kapalama. So through there, we're blessed to have a strong ohana friendship over there as well. So I have a lot of friends from when I was in high school and middle school, still to this day. And then I attended Seattle Pacific University, so I also still have or stay in connection with dear friends from over there as well.
Tell us about someone who's your personal hero who inspires to keep you going forward every day.
Yes. So, that's a really important question for me because one person in particular would be my great grandfather or my apo from the Philippines. His name was Juan Navarro, and he immigrated as a teenager to Hawaii, looking for more opportunities than what he was born into. And so he inspires me because he was able to find work as a plantation worker and then later became a truck driver for the Halava Quarry. But he and my great grandmother had a lot of children themselves. So he worked every day to support my grandma and her siblings. And what it's inspiring is that he left everything he knew to come to an unknown place. And I think that's what's so great about Hawaii is that we're able to work with people who are native to this land, but also share with a lot of people who immigrate to this land as well.
What have been some defining moments or events in your life that have helped to shape you as a Democrat?
Yes. So one moment in particular would be my previous work experience in the Hawaii State Legislature. I was able to participate firsthand in our democratic process for our state. And so, watching and working with our fellow legislators was really important to me because, you know, we share the same ideals, but people work differently to change or to achieve the desired result. So that was really cool. And then also serving as a member on the Young Democrats of Hawaii Executive Board. I was able to serve as the Oahu Young Dems chair, and then now I will be serving as the president of the Young Democrats of Hawaii. And so that's a really important role for me or a point in my life because now I am going to be executing or participating in the execution of our fellow Young Democrats agenda for our state. And so I'm really excited about that.
What does serving the people mean to you, and how does that turn to why you believe you're the right person for this job?
Yes. So I think, serving in this type of capacity really defines or is defined by the term servant leadership. And when I think of servant leadership, I think making sure the voices of our people are being heard, asking the tough questions and being an advocate for what the people are, asking of you to help them is super important. And I think what would make me helpful or the qualified candidate for this job would be that I do that every day in my job. So my background is in social services, and I want to fight to bring the resources that my community desires directly to the district.
If you win and can accomplish two things while you're in office, what would they be?
Yes. And so my top priority is housing. So I really hope to find solutions to our housing crisis in our state. And also, specifically in my community, I really want to be a large factor in lowering our crime rate.
Wonderful. And if Democrats want to volunteer for your campaign, how can they get in touch with you?
Yes. So two ways they can log onto my website. My website is crossmcconeycrabbe.com, or they could type in bit.ly/lowercase volunteer and then all capital CMC as in Cross McConey Crabbe.
Mahalo, Cross, and aloha to you.